Recently, Jimin shared a video of himself spending time with Taehyung at the beach. They were both laughing and enjoying the moment like the great friends they've always been. It's not uncommon to see these types of interactions between BTS members, as they all have a very close relationship and enjoy spending time together, both in public and private. However, some people started jumping to conclusions. From that video, rumors surfaced that Jimin and Taehyung might be in a romantic relationship. These interpretations have no basis in reality and only show how quickly some fans can misinterpret a friendly situation. Most worrying is that these types of theories begin to question other relationships within the group. For example, many people began to say that if Taehyung was with Jimin, then the relationship between Taehyung and JIKOOK no longer existed. There were also those who mentioned that this meant the end of the JIKOOK relationship. All of this because of a simple video of two friends enjoying a day at the beach. It's important to remember that BTS is a group made up of 7 people who have worked together for years, and their relationship is based on trust, respect, and mutual affection. They all have the right to share special moments with any other member of the group, and this shouldn't be a reason to create unfounded theories. Seeing 2 members playing or laughing together doesn't mean they're in a romantic relationship. As BTS fans, the most valuable thing we can do is support everyone equally. Each of them contributes something special to the group, and they all deserve respect for their personal spaces, their friendships, and their decisions. On this channel, we've always supported the relationship between JIKOOK and Taehyung. The connection between them is strong, natural, and very special. They've shared meaningful moments both on and off stage, and that closeness has been evident over the years. For those who believe in Taehyung, like us, these bonds don't disappear just because Taehyung spends time with other members. The friendship between Jimin and Taehyung is also very strong and has been evident for a long time. Being a fan of Taekook doesn't mean we don't support other interactions within the group. Recognizing the closeness between Jimin and Taehyung shouldn't cause conflict, because we understand that deep friendships exist and can coexist with other important relationships. It's normal for BTS members to share moments with everyone equally. What we see between Taehyung and Jimin in the video is a clear example of a real, sincere, and joyful friendship. They have fun, understand each other well, and enjoy spending time together. This shouldn't be misinterpreted. Thinking that every bond must have a romantic undertone is a narrow-minded way of viewing human relationships. Some fans get carried away by their theories and desires, and this can lead them to forget that real people don't act according to what others want to see. Some make things up, exaggerate gestures, or take everything out of context, which ends up creating divisions within the fandom and unnecessary comments. If you're part of this community and truly support BTS, the best thing you can do is keep an open mind, respect the bonds they have with each other, and don't get caught up in meaningless rumors. Every BTS member is free to have close friendships, share special moments, and be who they are. And for those who follow this channel, you already know that we've always believed in the special relationship between JIKOOK and Taehyung. We haven't hidden it, and we continue to see them as a couple with a unique connection. But we also understand that doesn't mean denying the other relationships that exist within the group. BTS is a family of 7 who support and love each other. In recent days, JIKOOK posted a series of stories on his Instagram account that caught the attention of many fans. The interesting thing about these updates is that he shared 7 songs with a clearly romantic theme, which has generated quite a few questions in the community. Some people wonder if these songs have a special meaning, if they are dedicated to someone in particular, or if they were simply chosen because he liked them. We know that JIKOOK has a special relationship with music. He doesn't usually post things randomly. Many times, his musical selections reflect his mood, a memory, or an important person in his life. In this case, what many fans have noticed is that these songs seem to be connected, in one way or another, to Taehyung. Over the past few months, Jungkook has shown a different, more open and natural attitude when it comes to his relationship with Taehyung. They have been sharing more moments together, some in public and others through social media. A clear example was that trip to the beach, where they were both seen enjoying the sea, the sand, and each other's company. In that video, Jungkook seemed to always have the camera pointed at Taehyung, seemingly wanting to capture every moment they shared. Taehyung, for his part, also seemed comfortable and very close to Jungkook, as if spending time together was an essential part of his day. The natural way they interacted, the closeness and attention they paid to each other, led many to interpret that moment as that of a couple simply enjoying being together. From then on, Taekook's fans began to closely observe each post, each gesture, and each update that might reinforce the idea that Jungkook and Taehyung were building something more than a friendship. These aren't meaningless assumptions, but rather analyzing patterns that repeat themselves over time, songs with meaningful lyrics, direct interactions between them, and shared moments that demonstrate a distinct connection. Returning to the songs posted on Instagram, the fact that there are 7 of them doesn't seem to be random. The number 7 holds a special meaning within BTS, but in this case, it's even more striking because each song speaks of love, emotional connection, the desire to be close to someone, or missing that special someone. Listening to them, many agree that they fit the narrative we've seen lately between Jungkook and Taehyung. It's possible that Jungkook simply wanted to share music he likes, but it's also possible that he felt these lyrics reflected something he's experiencing now. And considering that his recent posts, interactions, and outings have been linked to Taehyung, it's not surprising to think these songs could be about him. One thing is clear, Jungkook is no longer hiding. He's showing more of his life, his tastes, and his emotions. And he's doing it naturally. And in this new phase, Taehyung occupies a very visible place. They are seen together, they seek each other out, they keep each other company. The signs are many, and for those who have been observing their relationship for a while, it's evident that the connection between them has evolved. This doesn't mean that every song Jungkook releases has to be for Taehyung. Nor does it mean that every moment shared has to be interpreted romantically. But it is recognizable that there is a pattern, a consistency in their relationship that has grown and strengthened over time. For those who support Taekook, this represents an important milestone. It's not about forcing anyone to see something they don't want to, or about disregarding other relationships within the group. It's about observing what's right in front of us and valuing the closeness, affection, and kind of connection that Jungkook and Taehyung have chosen to share with the public, even if they don't say it directly. Over the years, Jungkook has accustomed us to speaking through small details. And this time, his musical choices, his recent posts, and the way he presents himself with Taehyung seem to speak more than words could ever express. With each new update, we're seeing a more authentic, more open, and possibly happier Jungkook. And if Taehyung is a constant presence on that path, it's valid to think that their relationship has a very important value in both of their lives. One of the most striking aspects of Taehyung and Jungkook's relationship is the way they behave when they're together. These aren't just isolated moments or coincidences, but behaviors that are repeated over time. These gestures, although seemingly simple, speak volumes about the type of connection they have. What's interesting is that these gestures don't seem forced or planned. They arise naturally, as if they were part of their way of being with each other. When you closely observe their interactions over the years, it's easy to notice a kind of nonverbal language that remains constant. For example, physical contact between them is something that recurs frequently, touching each other's arm, adjusting each other's clothes, leaning on each other, or even seeking closeness without seeming awkward. It's a trust that's evident in small details and that has been present for a long time. There's also a very special way they look at each other. It's not just any ordinary glance, it's a way of seeking each other out, of paying attention without the need for words. Sometimes, a quick glance is enough to understand that they're connected in that moment. And it doesn't matter if they're on stage, in a video, or in a private place, that connection is still there. The important thing about all this isn't to imagine that everything they do has a romantic meaning. Nor is it to think that every song JIKOOK releases is dedicated to Taehyung. It would be an exaggeration to see it that way. But it's possible to recognize that there's a solid relationship between them, with a closeness that doesn't exist with just anyone. The gestures are repeated because there's a mutual comfort, a kind of silent language they've built together. Over time, this relationship has evolved. At first, many saw it as a close friendship, but over the years, enough moments have accumulated to show that their relationship goes beyond the ordinary. And the curious thing is that they never seem to feel pressured to prove anything. They're not acting to convince anyone. They're simply being themselves, and that's what makes their relationship so striking. One of the most evident moments of their closeness is when they physically lean on each other without worrying about who's watching. Whether in interviews, behind the scenes, or during presentations, it's common to see them seeking contact, whether through a subtle gesture or direct action. This naturalness in their behavior is what makes it special. It's not an act or something they do out of habit in front of an audience. It's something that has remained constant both in public and private. Furthermore, there are moments that seem loaded with meaning, even though they never say anything about it. A prolonged glance, a silent smile shared, or a particular way of standing next to each other at important events. These are details that many people might overlook, but for those who have followed their story from the beginning, they carry a special weight. It's as if, without speaking, they communicate all the time.